Hi, it's me, Justina. Welcome back to Investigative Sofism. I think it's going to be one of my shortest episodes because the message is very simple and it's one of the last episodes of the season. And hey, the very topic of the season, of my podcast and video, it seems as well, episodes is empowerment. And I just came back today, I have to say, from seeing an old friend. And since I've been kind of moving around for the past many years, I never lived in a place where I could say, oh, this is where all my friends live. So it's always like every some months, I'm like, here's an old friend that I haven't seen in a long time. Here's another one. And, good conversations and catching up. And I was talking to this friend and she was saying, I've been doing this. Oh, I was asking her, she wasn't bragging, and she really wasn't bragging. And I was listening. I was like, oh my God, all these cool projects. Like she's volunteering, at this really cool thing. This animal shelter actually is doing so much. There's like another thing and this other project. And she's like helping so many people. And I was just like, oh my goodness. And I was telling her, do you understand that, first of all, you do a lot. And obviously things are meaningful to you. So that's really cool in itself. But also everything you do, you really care about the quality. Like you do it well. You cannot just leave something half done, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, this is going to be done very nicely, which is not, and it's very sad to say where I live in my country, many countries, it's not kind of the standard when you talk about services, especially. So not only, I'm not praising you for doing some bare minimum and just being an okay person. No, you're a professional. I do everything really well. It's really impressive, but you don't understand it. Because it's so natural, it's so normal, it's so known for you, but it's a big deal. And so I wanted to point to our ability and the role we can have in someone else's empowerment when we just kind of being honest, really. A word of encouragement or a compliment that's genuine, right? Why not to say? Why to hold it inside? What's the benefit? When are you going to tell your friends all these beautiful things that you think about them? Because obviously if you're friends, then probably you have nice things to say and there's a reason why you're friends. Why to keep it to yourself? And something that I think, two things. I think when we do something well, we normalize it so much that it's actually nice when someone says, what, that was really nice what you did, So one, we appreciate it, right? So why not to give that appreciation to others? And two, it's quite likely, I don't have the stats on that, but it's quite likely that we are way more self-critical, right? Too self-critical, so to ourselves, than we are to anyone else. So that word of encouragement, right, that compliment, it can mean even more than we might think. So simple ideas, like a very simple kind of, hey, you should, tell your friends what you think about them. I guess sometimes it can be something bad, and maybe sometimes something that is needed, for you to say. But once again, the role that we can have, that we can play in someone else's empowerment, please don't underestimate it, because it can be, if you've ever had a word of encouragement, hey, maybe that was from a teacher. Sometimes we don't think about it, but it's very much in our brains, and the effect, the direct effect that one phrase can have, sometimes the ripple effects, it can be so powerful. So give it to yourselves, oh yes, but also don't forget that you can also give it to your friends, and you have that sphere of influence, and how you use it, it's up to you. But when we talk about empowerment, I think it's so nice and so important to remember that you, not only empowering yourself and managing your thoughts and managing your health, all these things, right, so important. And I've spent many minutes recording podcast episodes, these videos, short videos on that topic, my whole season, right, and before kind of as well, and in the future as well. But don't forget that, because I think that's it's just a very beautiful thing you can do to others, and why not to use it? So I hope you do. So thank you for being here. I have one more podcast episode for you before I go into a small break in August. There might be some videos or podcast episodes that you haven't seen on my channel. My various accounts where my podcast is available as well. So I hope you do. And thank you for being curious. Thank you for caring for yourself and for others. And I'll see you soon.